Hey guys, welcome to the video. Judging by the title, you can tell this is a review video. I've just came home from watching Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. And oh my god, it was a bit of a mixed bag if you ever saw one. What did they do to Star Wars, man? I mean, Episode 8, The Last Jedi is worthy of a watch. By no stretch of the imagination. It is a good film. But there are just some moments that just make me scream, what the bloody hell? Oh, I don't know. I mean, spoiler alert from this point if you haven't seen the film. I don't want to spoil it for you. If you want to go see it yourself. I'm not going to spoil it for you. If you're still here and you haven't watched the film, then watch at your own discretion. Star Wars. I mean, Episode 7 was brilliant. It brought back the Star Wars franchise in a brilliant way. Then, a year later, we got Rogue One. That was also a brilliant film. Nice tie-in for Episodes 3 and 4. Episode 8 started off with good action sequences. Star Wars is known for its action scenes. Brilliant all round. But I mean, we watched Episode 7 and we saw Luke Skywalker at the end. I would have thought they'd have started off with that, but I guess not. That's how they do it. But throughout the movie, the Resistance gets smaller and smaller and smaller. People die at all times. And then when they do the bomb run at the beginning of the film, we see this girl holding this like necklace thing. We don't know who she is. We have no idea what her background is. She's probably just a minor character, which she was. She died at the very start of the film. And then Poe was quite... No, not Poe. Is it Poe? Yeah. Poe was pretty good throughout. Congratulations on his act day. He did a brilliant job. A lot to talk about in such a short time. I don't know how long this video is going to be. And then BB-8 continually surprises me, even for a droid. He is a brilliant piece of merchandise, if that is great. And then most of the Resistance gets destroyed. And Finn decides to do a runner again. That was his flaw at the start of this film. That was the start of his flaws. Because he ran away from the First Order in Episode 7. He wasn't happy with what they did. He abandoned them. And then he just wanted to get to the Outer Rim in Episode 7 and then leave forever. And then in this film, he decides to run away from the Resistance because he knows the First Order have won. We're fucked, basically. I don't know. It's just... Okay, I'm going to cut to a different topic. I'm going to talk about Luke and Rey. Luke and Rey were a brilliant pairing in the film. I mean, it's basically Luke just being a pessimist and then Rey trying to bring the spark of the Jedi back in. And it's discovered later in the film that Luke gave up all hope on the Jedi belief, the Force, everything, within the time he'd tried to kill Ben Solo. Yes, that is a spoiler from the film. He tried to kill Ben because he was scared of what pure energy he had. Okay, so Luke is the villain of this film. But is he, though? But as we go on through the film, we see their progression grow, and then Chewie comes in and sees Luke. He's happy, like, Aah! Like, yeah, he's happy. We still can't understand Chewbacca, but oh, well, people can understand him. It took Luke 3 films to understand Chewie. It took Rey 1. Not even an entire film to understand Chewbacca, and she already understands him already. Okay. And then we get the cute little plushy things that we saw in the trailer, the weird, screamy ones. They kept popping up throughout the film. That was nice. They kept pissing off Chewbacca. Quite funny comedy. When I was watching it moments ago, people didn't laugh at the comedy. I did. I understood that comedy. I guess comedy doesn't affect everyone as we thought it would, but oh well. Kylo Ren is another discussion another piece of the film I want to talk about. He doesn't know what he's doing. He is basically a child in a mask, as Snoke says. But I have to say, Snoke looks amazing in the film. I do love his design. He's like an old, destroyed, crumbling emperor. And then obviously, yes, he killed Han Solo in Episode 7. That was upsetting for us all, because Harrison Ford didn't want to stay on the franchise. That's fine. But, again, like, proving his allegiance, that's fine. And then Kylo or Ben Solo, I'm just going to call him Kylo Ren, he goes on this weird transition of being a dick to being a bigger dick. I mean, yes, there were some redeemable moments for him, like when during the interrogation scene with Rey, Snoke, and Kylo, and the 6, I'm assuming Snoke's guards. And this leads to one of the biggest problems in the film. They killed Snoke. Why? Why in the actual fuck kill Snoke? Snoke was an amazing villain. We didn't see any of him. Well, we saw holograms of him in Episode 7. But then you introduce a real form of him in Episode 8 and kill him off. Why? Why Disney? Why? Why Lucasfilm? Why kill off an amazing villain who clearly knows the Force stronger than Kylo or Rey, because when Rey tries to get the lightsaber, it just circles around and hits her back in the head. He's a brilliant villain, and somehow he does not detect when Kylo turns Luke's lightsaber, or Anakin's, or whatever, and it just cuts him in half. Why? I don't know. I mean, that was one of my biggest flaws in the film as well. I thought Snoke was going to make it to the end of the trilogy, and then the Resistance take down the First Order, and then it's just Snoke, and then other stuff happens, and I don't know. But they kill Snoke, and then somehow Rey and Kylo can connect with each other. When we first saw that, we were like, what the fuck? How are they communicating with each other? And then at the end, they kind of do it as well when Snoke is dead. But Snoke, how did you not know that Kylo was turning the lightsaber to kill you? You should have known that. He says, I can see inside his mind. Surely you can see him thinking about killing him. What? That is a major plot point in the film that is terribly wrong with that film. I don't know. And another thing I want to talk about, and I think if you have watched the film, you will probably agree with this. Leia still has the Force, but she chooses not to use it. And yes, this unfortunately is Carrie Fisher's last film, and yet somehow she survives till the end of the film. What? I don't know. I mean, apparently Carrie Fisher did some scenes of Episode 9 before she died, so I don't know if they'll kill her off in Episode 9. They most probably will, or they'll put her off somewhere or whatever, and they'll, like, kill her off screen or whatever. I don't know. But in the beginning of the film, the First Order destroy the bridge that Leia is in. All the commanders, everyone who is in charge of the Resistance is on that bridge. First Order destroy it, everyone flies out. We assume that she's dead, she's just floating in space. But somehow she starts moving, her eyes are open, she's somehow breathing in a vacuum of space where there is no air possible, and she somehow gets to freedom and survives that and ends up in the med bay. Yes, that's fine, but she still died. What the... I'm just too mixed of a bag with this film, because the whole Rey turning into a Jedi thing, that was an amazing story arc for Rey. Because apparently we still don't know who her parents are, and it's just... I mean, that was quite a good piece of the film. Trying to find out, like, Rey's training. Yes, she must go through the weird transition thing. And then Luke decides to burn down a piece of the old Jedi Temple, and we get a nice little Yoda vision. That's fine, but I would have preferred it if Ben Kenobi was there as well. Like, I wish they'd have got, like, Ewan McGregor, who played the prequel Obi-Wan, to come in and just, like, explain to Luke what he's doing, because, like, he's... like, just seeing Yoda, I would have loved to see an Obi-Wan as well. That would have been nice to show, like, Obi-Wan the goodness, but then Yoda goes off on one and destroys it, and they have their talk or whatever. I don't know. But then the Resistance are, like, Yep. Sorry, I got a comment from someone. If someone called Victoria Sanozio, sorry if I don't pronounce your name right. You just commented on one of my videos. Thank you for commenting, by the way. Sorry, back to this. They keep running. They keep running and running and running. They had fleet. Most of them die at the start of the film. Then they had 3 ships, and then they slow down on fuel. And then they go to 2. Then they go to 1. And then they all leave on transport ships. And then I think one of the best visual effects of the film was when because while Leia's unconscious, someone else is appointed leader. The ex-leader just turns the rebellion ship around, uses what's ever left of the fuel, jump to light speed through loads of ships to destroy them all. And the visual for that was like black, and then there was just white of where the ship had gone through for light speed. That was amazing. Star Wars is known for its visual effects, and its explosions and whatever. It was amazing. Brilliant stuff. I have to talk about Finn for a little bit now, because his arc throughout the film was different. I mean, we all kind of knew from the trailer that everyone probably watched so many times just to catch everything. Finn goes against the First Order. I mean, he and another irrelevant character who happens to be the sister of the bomb runner girl who died at the start of the film, so exposition. And then it just goes different. They get caught by Phasma, and I like the chemistry between Finn and Phasma, because Phasma was technically his leader, and then he goes against her and then buggers off. I mean, he kind of goes against her in Episode 7, and then in Episode 8, they have that epic brawl, which I have to say was truly amazing again, with everything happening in the background, all the explosions, all the action. It's amazing. We think Finn died at one point, he fell, and then he came up, smashed the traitor weapon, if you saw in Episode 4, the little Batarang thing. And he smashes an electrical baton into Phasma's face, and oh my god, I think I had I wanted to jump out of my seat and go, yes, Finn, because I know Finn has been oppressed all of his life, basically, under Phasma and under the First Order. It's his kind of first taste in freedom from Phasma, and we get Phasma's eye, the mask is still there, but there's cracks of it, and you just see her eye, and she's like, you will always be scum, and then and then she falls to her death. I mean, we never got to see Phasma's face. I mean, she was a brilliant character. She didn't do much in 7, she did a lot in 8 for a little bit, and then she died. Again, a shame. I have to talk about the end of the film now, because I don't want this video to run too long. It's just my major plot points in Star Wars, so that's probably what I'm going to call it. And then, the final confrontation. Luke actually meets Leia. Oh my god, family reunion much. And then he goes to face Kylo. Kylo's like, shoot him now! And every gun is just firing. I'm we're thinking, oh shit, Luke's dead. But he's not. So Kylo's like, take me down to him, I'm going to kill him myself. And then Luke's like, you can't keep conflicting yourself. I know there's good in you, like Luke did in Return of the Jedi to Darth Vader, aka Anakin Skywalker. It's basically uncle versus nephew here. And then they have their brawl, and honestly, Luke put his lightsaber away. I thought he was going to do a total Ben Kenobi and sacrifice himself. And then he's like, if you strike me down now, I'll become more powerful and I will stay with you like your father. So that's kind of a reference to Obi-Wan, because he sacrificed himself in A New Hope to get Luke away. So I guess Luke kind of made a nice callback to that, which is kind of good. And then Kylo just runs and slashes him. I think he's dead. The camera doesn't show the slash, but we see that Luke is still alive somehow. We're like, what? And then he just walks up to him with his, bladed lightsaber, just, points it at him straight through his heart. And we learn it's a hologram. And Luke has actually redeemed himself and is actually projecting a holographic image of himself from the island that he was in at the end of 7 and mostly throughout 8, because he's training and he just wants to be isolated. And then, sadly, Luke Skywalker dies. I don't know about it. I mean, technically we've got none of the original cast anymore, because Harrison Ford's left, Han Solo's dead, Luke Skywalker, dead, Princess Leia can't really go on because Carrie Fisher is dead. We've basically got none of the original Star Wars cast anymore. It's all down to Rey and Finn and Poe and BB-8 and everyone else, but we still have to have our favourite power couple, R2-D2 and C-3PO. C-3PO is basically just... if you've ever watched a YouTube channel called The Big Les Show, go watch it. It's a really good show. It's very explicit, so if you are younger viewers, then I wouldn't suggest watching it. But if you are such an older viewer, then go watch it. You'll know the character of Clarence, and he is treated like complete shit throughout the series whatsoever. That's basically C-3PO in this film. He's basically Clarence. Yeah, and then R2-D2 has some moments, but not a lot. I mean, yes, he says, like, hi to Luke Skywalker again when he comes back on the Falcon. He has some significant importance, but not a lot. So I don't know. I think C-3PO and R2-D2 are kind of becoming irrelevant. Yes, they've been in every single Star Wars film ever made, but they seem very irrelevant in this film, and I don't know what to say about that. Who knows? But yeah, and then they all end up on the Falcon. Luke proclaims that he is not the last Jedi. Haha, title jokes. Rey is now the last Jedi. She is powerful, but yet Rey has defeated Kylo twice now. And yeah, that was amazing. That was fine. But Rey is now the last Jedi, and I feel like, obviously, people know, like, obviously there are echoes of Resistance throughout the outer rim of the Star Wars galaxy. And now, I'm assuming in Episode 9 is them going to try and build up their forces once again, because all the Resistance is on the Millennium Falcon, so that means there isn't a lot. Like a few fighters, Leia, Exposition Girl, who kisses Finn, who kisses Finn at his proclaimed self-sacrifice, but she stops him and then kisses him and then passes out, but she's on the Falcon anyway, so Exposition Girl comes as a semi-important character. I don't know about this. And then we cut to a little boy, and we see the Falcon fly past, and film's done. That's it. Because we get like a little haha nod to Episode 4 with like like when Luke looks out at the Three Suns, the music that's playing, done brilliantly by John Williams. John Williams, you are a legend in your music. But yeah, and then title credits, that's done, film done. I know there was something I didn't mention where Kylo and Rey fought together after they killed Snoke, and that was a brilliant scene, I have to admit. That was a brilliant scene. I have nothing to say about that. It was just brilliant. But that is my end of the plot points of Star Wars Episode 8. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Comment your favourite moment from Star Wars Episode 8 if you have seen the film, but put a spoiler tag underneath it because I don't want it to be spoiled for anyone else. I mean, the film has been out for a while now, but if for people who haven't seen it yet, I don't want to spoil it for them. I don't want to spoil it for them. This has had a spoiler warning anyway at the beginning of the video, so yeah. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and share on this video. Please subscribe if you have not done already. Come on, guys. Goal for next year is 10,000 subscribers. I believe we can do it. I believe in you all. I love you all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.